This is the Jack Murphy Podcast. Here's your host, Jack Murphy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not the most technical person in the world. I mean, I dabble at it, but I fail more than I am successful at it. But there was an outage. I think it started yesterday afternoon. I started having problems yesterday afternoon just uploading our podcast. The platform we used was down. But there's something called Cloudflare, which is the world's leading infrastructure and security company. Here's how far behind the times I am. Never even heard of them. How about you, Alpha?
No.
Cloudflare. They're the world's leader, and neither of us have ever heard of them.
The world's leader.
They confirmed they were experiencing a significant issue with their global network Tuesday morning, causing widespread outages across the internet. Again, I think the problems may have actually started yesterday. Now, it appears it was a usage problem. So probably not a natural problem. In other words, it was, I do know this, you know what a denial of service attack is?
Yes.
So it almost sounds like it was one of those. They said there was unusually heavy traffic and usage. So it could have been that. So a lot of systems around the world were out a good part of the day. And
even this morning.
Yeah, a couple of other platforms that I use were not working this morning. But Axos, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Platform X, they were all having problems. So I don't know if it's back working or not. Our technology appears to be working, and that's all I really care about.
Yeah, screw the rest of them.
I mean, I really don't care if your crap's working or not. I'm just concerned about the podcast and me and Alpha. That's it.
It's all about us.
I don't even care if the rest of my family's phone's working at this point, just as long as this is working. That's all that matters.
Well, yeah, why should you care?
Yeah,
Hey, I got a
exactly.
question for you. Question for you, though. How did you do with the ahs and ums yesterday?
You know, when I was editing the podcast, I felt like I did much better. I think part of that is just being more in the moment and having, better control of what I'm going to say and not getting bogged down. I think that's where a lot of that came from. And so I'm going to try to get better at that. But and yesterday my memory was pretty good. I felt better about it. What was your name again? What was your name again?
Alpha.
Yeah, that's what I
like
thought.
The bits. Yeah. Well, my friend Susan says she takes this supplement every day because she felt her memory slipping a little bit. She takes this supplement and it's helped her.
Hold on. Is this a paid ad on the?
No, it's not. That's why. That's why I didn't show.
It's not a product placement.
No, it's why I didn't show you what it was. I will gladly share it with you.
Okay.
If you like.
You can go ahead and share it. I don't care.
If you start getting ums and ahs today, then I'm sending it, buddy.
What is the product? Spill the beans. Come on.
Well, I'll have to look at it now because hang on just a second.
All right. You can tell us tomorrow. You can tell us tomorrow. I don't care.
I got it right here.
Did she say it works pretty good for her?
Yeah, it's Neuromag and healthy aging powder.
Okay.
She says it worked great for her. She started feeling like her memory wasn't so good, and she started taking this. Her mind cleared. She
the
one
I see a lot of the celebrities, a lot of the podcasting elite. They all swear by Neurogum. Have you heard of that?
No,
it was on Shark Tank, and they all wanted to buy it, and the guy wouldn't sell it to them. They wanted to actually buy him out. They wanted so much at the company, he wouldn't do it. And the guy's gotten rich. But it's called Neurogum, and everybody swears that it works.
How does your leg feel today?
Oh, feeling good.
So what happened to you? What happened?
Just crap.
Just a cramp?
Yeah, just crap.
So you told me what can you eat to help you make you feel better?
Bananas.
Yeah, why bananas?
Monkeys never craps. Monkey never crap. Because a monkey every day bananas. 2.
So how many did you have today?
3. How about 3?
Oh yeah. So no more cramp for you.
I need 3 banana because monkey never claps.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Arigato.
All right, I have a few questions for you. First of
Okay.
all, what do you make of the Tucker Carlson revelations of the last few days
About Thomas Crooks?
about the guy that tried to kill President Trump?
I
fact
know.
the fact that the FBI, the Secret Service, we were all told this guy had almost no social
Nothing.
media footprint whatsoever, and now Tucker Carlson has produced reams and reams and reams of posts by this guy that somebody sent to him, and it's true because you can see the guy. It's videos of him talking, pictures of him talking, and now this was the FBI was still under the Biden administration at the time, but you would think now that Kash Patel, Trump's guy's in there,
Right.
we'd hear about some of this. I don't understand what's happening. Can you enlighten me?
Well, I wish I could. I think it's all very confusing because even Kash Patel's assistant, Dan Bongino, before he left in his daily broadcast, he was really honing in on Thomas Crooks and the shooter and the things that we were not being told. Even when they went to his house to look at the home where he grew up in, his family
wasn't that Downing, Pennsylvania? I believe it was.
Yeah. His family had no silverware in the house.
Yeah.
How do you live in a house without silverware? Plus, he frequented a shooting range where a lot of FBI and type.
Hang on. Stop and take a dose of that memory stuff.
I better.
You need for that to kick in. All right, go ahead.
Law enforcement officials would also go to train. And now, and you're right. They said that he had no internet footprint, and a precursory search by Tucker Carlson found loads
of it.
Yeah,
tons of it. It's like a little teenage girl posting on social media all the time.
Right. And some very odd stuff, like, for example, he was a furry, apparently. He liked
just like the guy that shot Charlie Kirk in the Florida.
Exactly.
There's another derangement syndrome that's common among these murderers and mass shooters. They're trans, they're furries. There is some connection, but it's very confusing to me. And also, there was a release by the FBI. I think Tucker released this Thursday. The social media business, and then the FBI released some other stuff over the weekend that looked like they were trying to distract. They didn't deny it, but it looked like they were kind of distracting from it. So I don't understand. And then there's the guy that was in the bushes at the country club, and then the guy that shot Charlie Kirk. I mean, that's been suspiciously quiet. It just, something doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah, and the whole thing with Thomas Crooks was right after the Butler shooting, and he was shot. They really haven't figured out who exactly it was that shot him. And right after that...
Wait a minute. Hold on. We don't know who killed him?
Don't know exactly, no.
Well, wait a minute. It was a Secret Service person, right?
Maybe.
But, I mean, they have the bullet, right?
Not from any evidence I've seen. Plus,
I mean, they ought to be able to do forensics on the bullet. Surely they can find the bullet that he was laying on a building. It had to go in the building after it went through him or something.
You'd think they would want to look at that evidence, but they cremated the body shortly after. Then
and we're up there washing the roof off in no time.
Hosing down the crime scene. So if there was evidence, there should have been there that they would have been looking at, but no, they hosed down the crime scene. So it was. There's lots of stuff that's really weird about this.
Something just feels really off about all of it. I mean,
of it, every bit of it.
I feel like we're living in a simulation.
There are some people who swear that is the truth.
I mean, it's getting crazy. I mean, for instance. Kid you not, I saw a British anchor on BBC announcing that trans milk was just as healthy for a baby as regular mother's milk. And I just went, say that again? And I backed it up, and she said it again. Trans milk, just as healthy for a baby as mother's milk. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but men do not have the equipment in here to make the milk.
No.
We don't have the little lactation factories in here at all.
There are mammaries, but there are no dadderies.
Right, exactly. And you can do a Pete Buttigieg and put on some fake ones like we saw a picture of him with, but everybody's just like going along with this bullshit. Like it's on the news. Like they expect us to believe it. And then you got people like this person who tries to convince us.
Now, a transgender woman's milk is just as good for babies as breast milk. That's according to a letter from the medical director.
Hey, quick question. What the fuck?
But I saw this and I said, I got to look at this a little bit more. So I went online and I started looking. And they had a trans man who said, oh, yes, I breastfed my baby the whole time or whatever. And this doctor said, yeah, we tested that milk and it was just as healthy. The problem is they don't know where the milk came from. This guy, this trans man with this baby just happened to be living with a woman who just had a baby.
Okay.
And so more than likely it was her milk, not his milk.
Right.
But it's just this story, this fantasy that everybody just seems to be up on the stage playing it with them that, okay, yeah, you're right. You can make milk. Yeah, you're a man, but you're a woman because you want to dress up like one. And yeah, you can get pregnant and you can breastfeed. Yeah, that's right. Sure. Yeah. It's like Morgan Fairchild. Yeah. That's the
Morgan Fair. Yes.
I mean, it's like we're living in a freaking simulation.
Yeah. Well, as you mentioned that, I was reading where, the big laboratory they have in Switzerland, the CERN, where
the particles go around at a jillion miles an hour and crash into each other and open portals to hell to let demons in.
They claim they have found a parallel universe and that universe is aware of us.
Well, when I am a believer in God Almighty and the Lord Jesus Christ, and I, firm believer. I'm a very faith-based person, and I believe that God created the heavens and the earth and everything that we can see, and I believe there is another spiritual realm that our senses cannot see, where we will spend eternity one way or the other. And if he wanted to invent a jillion universes, I mean, we now know that our universe has more galaxies than we can count if we could see them. There are trillions and trillions of galaxies. We can't see most of them. In fact, we're so feeble, we can't even get to the next one with any technology. We can't even get out of our own we can't get out of our own way. And so the latest theory, that's the thing that aggravates me about science is when you question science and you start doing your own research, which we told you, don't be doing that. When you start asking questions about the Big Bang, they all went, it's settled science.
Right. Yeah.
It's now half the scientists are going, not so sure about that Big Bang thing. I'm not sure about the ever-expanding universe. The speed of light's the fastest anything can go. Now we know there are galaxies moving away faster than the speed of light. Now they're talking about, there may not be our universe may be infinite. And if you just think about this for a minute. Think about how big the universe is. We're talking billions and billions and billions of light years away we can see. And so if somebody says, well, somewhere out there the universe ends, I'm thinking to myself, That's one hell of a wall. I mean, what's going to be out there to stop it? I mean, is it just what's it going to run into at the
And
end?
who built that wall?
Yeah, I mean, but think about how big that wall would have to be, and what is it, and what's on the other side of it. So, you can think about that and hypothesize about that all day about whether or not it's infinite and there are multiple universes or what. I don't know, but scientists don't know either. They have a lot of theories.
Well, and you mentioned that, they said the science is settled. Science is never settled.
No, it's not.
Science is endless experimentation to find out which experiments fail and which hypotheses work. And then if that works, then you try this one. And if that works, continue. And you continue until you fail. And
so I think we are living in a simulation, but it's God's simulation. It's his simulation.
Okay.
And,
well, we talked about Tucker Carlson earlier. Have you heard any of his broadcasts about UFOs?
Yeah, I have.
They said it is more spiritual than anything else. These are spiritual beings, demonic beings.
I do not doubt that at all. That I think there are, and this is biblical. I think that there are more and more demonic forces being released, and they're going to become more and more active, and probably become more and more visible, even. And we don't know what those are. We don't have any control of those things, and most of the time we can't even see them. So who knows? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm a person of faith, so I'm not going to worry about it.
And, with your dementia, you'll forget about it tomorrow anyway. So
exactly. I won't even remember. So it won't matter. I don't want to talk bad about anybody, Alpha, but you know what I'm tired of?
What are you tired of, Jack?
I'm tired of Michelle Obama and the podcast appearance.
Poor Michelle. I mean,
I have never seen, I probably have, but never a more public image person with a more negative outlook and attitude about everything, who has had everything in life that you could possibly want. I mean, you hear this story about her being this poor, helpless black girl from Chicago, and then she got to go to, Princeton?
Yeah.
She went to Princeton, to school, to college there, and got an Ivy League education. And then she marries Barack Obama, this very handsome, very successful black man. He becomes a United States senator. They have 2 beautiful children, and he gets elected to the presidency.
And she's
moves
the first
into the
lady.
White House. Yeah. She's the first lady, the first black first lady, 2 terms, waited on hand and foot. Every time I see her on a podcast, she says, first thing I saw that really turned me off about her, somebody was asking her, your husband's the first African-American president. You're the first African-American first lady. I mean, what does it feel like to be in the White House? And she goes, I live in a house built by slaves. And I thought, what a missed opportunity. I would have preferred I think the thing to say would be like, it just shows how far we've come in this country. From a house that was built by slaves to now descendants of slaves living and ruling that country. Yeah. We got a long way to go, but we've come along. That would have, to me, been a very positive message. Instead, I live in a house built by slaves. It's like I can hear them in here at night, Now she says, it was very expensive to live in the White House.
We had to buy our own food.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, that's what she says, though.
Maybe I don't think so. I think they have a chef and they provide you with your food.
Did, yeah.
Now, she went on a lot of trips. If you'll remember, she went to like Italy for 3 weeks, Africa, and took the kids. Now they make you pay for that. When you take the kids along on a lot of these trips, but you're getting a huge salary. You have a staff waiting on you hand and foot. Anyway, she complained about that, and I went, just shut up. Now, have you seen the one where she's complaining about her hair?
Yeah.
We don't care. She did this whole thing. I want to tell the white people, our hair comes out curly, and it's racist that we have to straighten our hair for y'all. Look, lady, you don't have to straighten your hair one tiny bit for me. I could care less. Let it be as curly as you want.
Yeah.
If you think you're straightening your hair for me, you're wasting your time because I don't care.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do with your hair, for crying out loud, but don't blame it. Don't blame your feeling about your hair on somebody else. Whether it's
Yes.
white people, black people, whatever.
It's just try to find something positive to talk about and I don't listen. She's on worse podcast than this one. And that's hard to do. She was on, I want you to look at this. She was on this woman's podcast last week. This woman has 1,200 subscribers. The first lady. Who is that?
Wow.
That woman has a podcast with 1,200 subscribers, which is more than we have.
Yeah.
But Michelle Obama was on her podcast complaining about her hair and how black women have to deal with the fact that their hair is curly all the time. I have to deal with my hair's falling out. Alpha's already had to deal with it.
I already been there, man.
Just stop complaining. Have a little bit of gratitude. Be thankful for what you have. I mean, my goodness, you've been so successful, so blessed. You have 2 healthy children. You had a husband who's a 2-term president. You've written books. You've got to make policy. Just have a little gratitude, for goodness sakes.
Well, and you had your chef, who was in the White House, serve you at your place in New York, and he fell in 4 feet of water and drowned at your place, and you haven't had to answer questions about that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Maybe she didn't want to jump in and mess up her hair to try to save him. I don't know what happened.
Well,
that's another mystery. I can't wait till Tucker Carlson gets to the bottom of that one, too, because that's a big mystery. What happened to the chef? I don't know how you drown in 4 feet of water. Come on.
Plus, he was a big strapping guy. He was an accomplished swimmer, and he fell off of the board and into 4 feet of water and drowned.
Come on now.
Lots of stuff going on there. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Who believes that? Come on.
My palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on my sweater already, mom's spaghetti. I'm nervous, but on the surface I look calm and ready to drop bombs, but I keep on forgetting.
Alpha sent me a video this morning, and I haven't seen this particular one, but I've seen a bunch of different versions of it. And what makes this video funny is not what the people say, it's the look of the people that say it.
Yeah.
Like I've seen really unattractive gay men say this exact same thing, and I've seen a lot of, I'm just going to be honest, don't shoot the messenger, unattractive women say the same thing. And, as straight white men, conservative men, we all think the same thing when we see and hear this.
Can someone tell me what MAGA men find attractive so that I can wear the complete opposite? Thanks.
You nailed it.
And that's usually the stitch that goes with it. It's always not it's not some really hot woman saying, can somebody please tell me what MAGA men like so I don't wear it or look like, it's always somebody that you're safe.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, Toots.
I promise.
You're good.
I promise you're safe. And
you're
then
already there.
There's a guy who did this video, and I think I think this video was done just to create clicks. I think the content is fake because he's going to get bombarded. Listen to what this guy says.
To all the stay-at-home moms, I feel like you're lying. Because of what I get to do for work, I can still stay home and pay all the bills. And my wife will have to go to work to make her money.
Right.
And I have a 1-year-old daughter. So I'll stay at home and I'll take care of my daughter. And while I'm taking care of my 1-year-old daughter, I can give her 3 meals a day, change her on time, get her into her naps, playtime, arts and crafts time, and still make sure the entire place is clean.
See, I don't.
But I do know that I can just be.
I don't buy that, and I'll tell you why. Because my daughter works from home, and she runs a sales team with like 15 people, and so she's on, Zoom or whatever all the time. Works totally from home, and she has 2 children now. But when she had the first one, she did her maternity leave, whatever. But it was just impossible for her to keep up with, taking care of a child. You can't do it. You've either got to have daycare or you got to have somebody coming in to help. But that guy's full of shit.
Yeah, I mean that's like the guys who said birth control. I mean, giving birth can't be that painful. Have you ever slipped your foot on the pedal of a bike and landed on the bar? That's worse. That's worse than giving birth. Yeah.
Or what do they say? It's like pulling a turkey out of your nose. I heard that one too. Is pretty
shitting
funny.
A bowling ball or a watermelon.
Exactly. Same things. Yeah. I don't want anything to do with it. I'll tell you that.
No, I salute women who are able to do all those things.
Me
God
too.
Bless you.
You are a proper prick. A giant prick. A fucking epic prick. A massive prick. A truly awful prick. You are a prick. You'll always be a prick.
A few days ago, we haven't had time to get to it. I had read a little bit about it, but not as much. And Alpha had sent me this article, and he's more versed in it. But there's a new trend called dark showering. Dark showering, and listen, I can barely shower in the light.
Right.
I'm always concerned about falling in the shower or tripping or something. What is this? What's this supposed to do for you?
They claim it calms your nerves. It gets you more in touch with the universe. But what they want you to do is sit in a shower in the dark and just, I guess, meditate or whatever, or absorb whatever energy comes from the water and the air to enrich your soul and your mind.
That seems like one of those things you see in one of those movies where something horrible has happened to someone and they drag themselves home and get in the shower with their clothes on and the hot water running, sitting there in the dark. That's what it sounds like to me.
Or you're trying to reverse a serious hangover. Now, I've been there. I understand that. But they say, you ought to make it a habit of sitting in the dark and showering. I'm
going to pass.
Yeah.
I enjoy the shower. I've got this great shower head. I've got tremendous water pressure because I took out the water restrictor. That's the first thing you do when the water restrictor.
Oh, yeah.
They have these goofy laws here in Charlotte where you screw off the shower head, there's this plastic thing that's supposed to be inserted there that cuts the water flow down to, you got to run in circles to get wet. Take that thing out, and I got a ton of water pressure. I like to stand in there I like to reveal the glory of myself in the shower. I like to see what
it
I'm
is
washing.
A glorious sight, I'm sure.
I like to see what I'm washing. So I need plenty of light. I need plenty of water, and I'm going to take my time. I'm going to enjoy it, and I don't want to do it in the dark. If some strange woman came in my house and opened the bathroom door, I wouldn't want her to miss anything. I mean, I would want everything to be seen.
Because you're a giver. I mean, that's the kind of guy you are.
Exactly.
You're not holding back. Yeah, you're not holding back.
Exactly.
No.
Dark showering, not for me.
I get it. I mean, you're in the shower, you know where everything is and how to wash it, and and you can wash it as long as you want to. But you can, you don't need to be in the dark in order to do that.
No,
And
at first, when you first sent it to me and I looked at the headline, I thought, oh, it's some sort of green initiative. Don't heat water and run the lights at the same time. Turn the lights off, and that way you're helping the environment. No, it's about, like he said, getting in touch with yourself or whatever.
Woo-woo stuff, yeah. But the same people who want that green agenda also are into the woo-woo stuff too. So, you can put those two together.
Yeah. There are probably guys who are in there in the dark breastfeeding with...
Could be. Could be.
With their fake breast milk.
Get the hell out of the bathroom.
There's an opening for a beef boner with at least 1 year of experience. Call 581-1318 to apply.
So here in Charlotte, I don't know if you know this, Alpha, but we have, I guess it's ICE is in town and Border Patrol, Customs and all that. They have arrested 1,400 wanted people, illegal immigrants, 1,400. And they're raiding all kind of different places. And I can't even stand to watch the local news because the local news, Nexstar, I'm going to call out Nexstar. That's the big company they're the iHeartRadio of television. They own more TV stations. They just bought out another big company. But clearly they have an agenda. And they're making these raids seem like Hitler is in town, just randomly grabbing people.
Right.
They're illegal immigrants, and they're grabbing them, checking their status. If they're wanted or illegal, they're taking them away. So they're going to these heavy Hispanic areas where there are a lot of those type people cloistered together, and they're going up and going, have you noticed any difference? Yes, the taco shop is not open today. None of the workers will show up. Everywhere they go, it's nobody showed up to work. And so a friend of mine, very well-to-do, Tony, lives in a very Tony neighborhood, in South Charlotte. And nice house, nice yard. His biggest thing right now, he texts me, he goes, holy crap, it's so bad that my landscapers aren't even showing up to do my yard. I went, well, big whoop, hire somebody else or get out there and cut your grass. That's not the end of the world.
Yeah, buy a lawnmower.
I hate it when I see all these people talking about who's going to cut our grass.
Who's going to clean our hotel rooms? Who's going to sweep our floors?
Believe it or not, there are other races who cut grass. That's not all Hispanics do. And so anyway, they've got it. They've made it seem like the whole town is under lockdown. Now,
well, I guess what I didn't realize was that Charlotte was such a hub for trafficking.
Huge hub for trafficking. And the reason being, it's a big city. We have a lot of interstates.
Right.
You got I-40 and 85 run through here, and you can get over to 95 closely. There's a huge Hispanic population here. There's a huge trucking. It's a big trucking center here. So yeah, it's big.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Atlanta was because Atlanta, like you said, with Interstate 75, 85, and I-20 runs through here, direct shot all the way down to Florida, down to Miami, along the western coast of Florida and all the way down to Miami. So I knew Atlanta was a huge hub, but I guess that's the trail. Florida,
they arrest
Atlanta,
people here all
Charlotte.
the time. They arrest people here all the time, Alpha, at hotels, where they'll raid a hotel and they'll say, Charlotte police arrested, and it'll show these 10 dirt bags from all walks of life, white collar guys, blue collar guys, truck drivers, and they're at some motel and they're arrested for having sex with minors. And the hotel is just a brothel, basically.
Sure.
And these people are trafficking these young girls. And for all we know, what amazes me is you've got hundreds of minors disappearing all the time in this country. And it's like they don't even look for them anymore. They just vanish.
Right. DHS is starting to a huge investigation into there's 450,000 missing kids,
undocumented kids that came in. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Who have been brought across the border, sometimes turned over to people who were traffickers or were not even related to the kids, which wasn't supposed to happen. They eliminated the DNA test, so you couldn't prove that this child was related to that person you're turning him or her over to. And
some of them are being prostituted. Some of them are being used almost as slave labor. We don't know, but I can tell you this: it's not good.
No.
Whatever it is, it's not a good situation.
So there are 450,000, nearly 500,000 kids that have been that are missing, have come across the border.
Shameful. It's absolutely shameful. So now there's a lot of virtue signaling going on. I mean, if you turn on the news, our mayor, who doesn't care if you get stabbed to death, and by the way, we had another stabbing on a train about 10 days ago, and it was in the news one day and then vanished. We're still 50-something officers short. We had another bus driver attacked on a City of Charlotte bus by somebody on the bus. But they turn on the news, and you'll see our mayor, Vi Lyles. It's just terrible that ICE is here scaring everybody.
Yeah.
Making everybody feel bad. And these people are just here trying to work. And, yeah, well, there's a lot of people here trying to work that are citizens that aren't getting any help from you or anybody else, that are failing, starving. You know, they can't do anything. And you're more concerned about this other group than you are the people who were born here, grew up here. I mean, I don't have anything against immigrants, but let's take care of our own people first.
And if you are here illegally, then maybe you should be worrying. But if you are here in this country legally, they're not coming after you. I mean, that's what they're frightening people to the extent that, well, I'm of Hispanic origin, or I'm from another country. I'm afraid they're coming after me. Well, that's not going to be the case. So
I do my own lawn. I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
I cut my own grass. I do my own weed eating and blowing and seeding and mulching and all that stuff. I'll tell you what, since they've been here the last few days, I've kind of enjoyed the peace and quiet here in the neighborhood. No leaf blowers and stuff going on. But there is somebody else upset. Apparently, this is great. You're going to love this.
Okay.
So apparently ICE, whenever they do one of these operations in a new city, you know how the government likes to come up with names like Jack, what's his name, that prosecutor that was going after Trump. His operation was Arctic Frost,
right?
Where they were tapping everybody's phones and all this. Well, the people over at ICE, they're really clever. They came up with a name for this thing going on here in Charlotte. They're calling it Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web. And what does the local news go out and do? They go out and find the granddaughter, who's the only living person from the author of the book, Charlotte's Web, to get her opinion on ICE, and she wants them to stop using it. She doesn't want her grandfather or mother's book associated with this. They're calling it Operation Charlotte's Web, but E.B. Webb, the author's granddaughter of the 1952 book, said he believed in the rule of law and due process and didn't want it used in connection with this, and he knows that his grandfather wouldn't either. There.
I see. Yeah. But in Florida, they had a great one, too. They called it Operation Dirtbag, which is fantastic. Yeah. Round up the dirt bags.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
And they rounded up a lot of them, too.
You prefer the dark meat as well?
I have always preferred dark meat, but if things don't work out this Thanksgiving, I think I'm going to switch and start going after the white meat exclusively. And I mean that sincerely.
By the way, if you want to chime in.
Pour a little gravy on it. It'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah, you got enough to be able to work with it. You just got to, I think I can work with the white meat. I do. You can trust the white meat.
Well, Thanksgiving is a week and 2 days
2
away.
days. Mm-hmm.
And I don't have room for anything else in my freezer. It's full of turkeys and sausage and you name it. It's in there getting ready because it's going to be a big crowd here. There's like 20 people coming over.
Yeah.
But KFC, the good folks at Bojangles a few years ago started something, Alpha. I know you've been gone from Charlotte for quite a number of years, but I don't know, about 8-9 years ago, Bojangles came up with this idea. Hardly anybody coming in on what can we do? So there are places where you can go in and buy one of these free-range turkeys with no antibiotics or whatever. Or you can even go to like Harris Teeter or other grocery stores, and you can order a pre-cooked turkey, the whole thing. Well, Bojangles started offering whole fried turkeys because turkey frying, it's got to be pretty big.
Yeah.
And they started doing that, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. It's worked pretty well. I guess KFC wanted to get in on the deal. Now, when I don't know about you, I don't have anything against KFC. It's not my favorite fried chicken if I'm going to eat it.
Used to be.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Before there were so many choices. Let me ask this before we get there. What is your favorite, fast food fried chicken?
Popeyes is good fried chicken.
You like Popeyes?
Yeah, Popeyes. I guess that's it because I don't do that many fast food things anymore. But I would guess Popeyes. Yeah.
I like
Cajun flavoring.
Popeyes. I like Bojangles. And what's the kind of ghetto chicken? That
Church's.
chain.
Church's.
I love Church's chicken, but I'm afraid to go.
I'm afraid to go there.
I'm afraid to go there. Have you ever seen the meme where it's there's a meme that says it's a Church's fried chicken and it's closed and the glass is all boarded up and it says, if you find yourself here, you're in a bad part of town. Because it's the Church's.
And by the way, I mispronounced the name of that chicken place. It's Popier's, by the way.
Popier's. Okay.
Popier's.
I'll tell you what, the Popier's chicken sandwich is excellent.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've had one, but they're really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Popier's. But anyway, KFC wants you to try out chicken on Thanksgiving instead of turkey. They've added a new festive feast meal. It comes with a bucket of chicken, mashed potatoes, biscuits, and a flight of three different gravies. Brown, white peppercorn, and a new one called Southwest Cheddar, which sounds really gross. But anyway, more power to them at KFC.
So you're putting on a big feast for Thanksgiving, are you?
Well, my daughter normally, they have my son-in-law has a big family, and his parents are divorced and they're both remarried. But they all get together on Thanksgiving, and so we all do it together. And he's got 3 brothers, and now they're married.
Wow!
So you get to, and now one of them has kids, and now I have 2 grandkids. So, and then my son, it's a lot of people.
Wow, good
it's
for
a lot
you.
of people. So then my daughter she's can you come and help me cook this? Now, and I love to cook, so I say yeah. And somehow it got stuck at my house this year. So
obviously you have the room.
I'm doing the plan. Yeah, we got plenty of room. I'm even doing something I've never done before. I've got this dining room set I've had for 25 years. Big one, huge. And it has 2 leaves. You can pull it. I've never had them in it. They've been wrapped up in blankets for all these years. and I'm going to put them in this year. I got to figure out how to do that. I haven't done it yet, so to make room for everybody.
Big feast at the Murphy household. Awesome.
Well, I hope all of you have a great day. If you haven't already, go ahead and get that YouTube account. Subscribe to the podcast. Like this video. Alpha, will you be back with us for Wednesday tomorrow?
I will, and something to look out for, because today the House is voting on whether or not to release all the Epstein files.
Epstein files, yeah.
So that will be big.
I think they will. I think they will, don't you? I think they will.
Well, it sounds like the Republicans in the House are in favor of it. It sounds like the Democrats, who were very much in favor of it, are now going, well, I don't know, maybe but there are some things. For example, the Clintons have refused to testify now about the Epstein thing. They were supposed to testify back in October.
Well, Larry Summers this morning, who was Clinton's economic advisor, came forward and said he was stepping back from any more public life or any public commitments because he was so ashamed with his association with Epstein.
Because of the number of times that he was flown to St. John's Island down in the Bahamas.
And we know Clinton. How many times did Clinton fly down there?
Well, now they're saying, I don't think he actually flew to the island, but Epstein was in the White House 17 times by invitation of the Clintons.
I have seen over the years that Clinton's name appeared on the flight logs many times.
On the flight logs, yes.
We'll probably never know. But yeah, that is something to look forward to a little bit later on today. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for being part of the Jack Murphy Podcast. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching the Jack Murphy Podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Go ahead, ring it. Get alerts when a new episode drops. And tell your friends about the Jack Murphy Podcast. But only the cool friends, please. Tune in next time for another episode of the Jack Murphy Podcast.